Hi, we are live. This is Live, Love, Laugh, and Let Go Out Loud with Lynn Serrano. I am super excited today. I am excited because guess who I'm going to have on? Yes, I'm going to have Debbie Bettendorf. And I've got an awesome little introductory little video here that'll tell you a little bit about her. And I'm super excited. So I'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Debbie Bettendorf, and I'm the author of Find Your Fabulous. This book, it's very important to me. It's a creative writing style, so it has very unique passages in it that's handwritten from myself, like a note that would be from me to you, that I hope when people read it, they just don't hurry and turn to the next page, but they let it simmer a minute and really feel it and think, why did she write that? Being confident isn't just waking up saying, I'm going to own the day. And it's also about knowing who you are, figuring out who you are, and being okay with it. You know, finding your fabulous is finding it. Each page that I have written is to touch someone deeply so that they can take what I've given them and then they, in turn, give that kindness and love and encouragement to someone else.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you have no idea how exciting this is. She will be right here with me in a minute, right after this. Welcome, the one and only, my new soul sister, Debbie.
Oh, I'm
Bettendorf.
so excited. I'm so excited to be here. Let's have so much fun. What an intro. Wow. I feel special. Thanks, Lynn.
You are special. You are amazing. I love you so much. I'm so thankful that you are here. And you already have one of your fabulous baby sister.
She's always in my corner rooting me on. God love her.
And one of my best friends for a long time, Bob. Thanks for being here.
Hi,
I am
Bob.
super, super excited that you are here. And I grew up in New York, so we got New York people here, Ohio people, and I'm in Montana. So I'm super excited that you're here. You are one amazing person, and I can't wait for everybody to get to know who you are. And I've got your book here. It's just really, really exciting. I am going to be all over the place here. I did this little thing here because I just was being goofy.
Finding your fabulous is where it's at. You need this book. Really, you do.
Great. That's great. I love you. That's amazing. Oh, nothing like a good mask while you read your book.
Yeah, I read that book last night and there were some great tips in there, so I just had to do that. So you have another friend here.
Hi, Carrie Cohen.
I am super excited here because there's just so much to tell about you. We're just going to step right in really quick, and I'm going to ask you what my show here is about: live, love, laugh, and let go out loud. And so my first question to you is, what things have you let go out loud in order for you to be able to live and love and laugh?
Oh, Lynn, that's a great question. Letting go out loud. When I first watched your show, I thought, wow, that's a creative way to say, let it out, own it, figure yourself out, right? And one of the things I can honestly say that I have grown out of by letting it out and living it out loud is people pleasing. And while I still like to make people happy, and I want people to, to get along and all like that, I'm just kind of over that. Like, I know now that setting my wants and needs to the side to constantly make sure that someone else is feeling a certain kind of way, that's more about them and on them. And so with me understanding that, I think it's made me a happier person to really just be okay with not always saying or doing the right thing in someone else's eyes, and be genuine and authentic to Debbie.
Debbie, I love that question because you are very authentic and loving to other people. And I know that for sure because I do my homework.
Hi, Debbie. It's Mindy Dreyer, and I am so glad that you are getting so much love, attention, affection, and exposure, because if anyone deserves it, it's you. I want you to have such a great time with this interview with Lynn, and I know you will, because you are the most positive, most upbeat, most caring, most compassionate, and passionate people that I know. And everyone who's going to watch this interview is going to understand that once they just hear you speak and see you as well. So have a great time. And just, you know what? I appreciate you for being you. The world needs a lot more Debbies in it. So Debbie and Lynn, have a great show. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Lynn.
And that's probably the biggest surprise I have for you in the show, just so you know.
Wow, that is so kind.
Because I'm not even friends with her, so I thank Mindy that she took my message.
Oh, and so blessed to have her in my life. Thank you, Mindy, my soul sister.
So that's the biggest surprise I have for you. But I just had to say that you're people pleasing, but you see, you impact other people. You're amazing. You are loved. And I just want you to know that this is about you and you being loved. And I'm just going to throw something else in there really quick.
Oh, no.
Debbie Bettendorf, you, my friend, are a rock star. And I'm very, very grateful to call you a friend. I love you. I think the world of you. And I just want to say thank you for all of the beautiful, joyous energy that you bring into my life and into the world. You, my friend, you seriously rock. Keep on doing what you're doing. You've got a huge heart and a big message. Talk to you soon.
Oh my gosh. Ken, I love you back. Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is like, I feel like it's the biggest birthday of my life, like a celebration of me. Thank you, Lynn, for that.
Oh, well,
that's amazing.
Well, I love you. Okay, so back to questioning. Okay, what meaning does living your best life have to you personally?
Wow, that's good. That's deep, Lynn. I have to say that living your best life, for me personally, living my best life is really, and I think I've known this all my life, is to love deeply and appreciate other people for the differences that we have, and to own me and how I feel, but also accept others. Because listen, if we're one track mind and we can't mold a little bit, or at least agree to disagree or whatever, we can get pretty stuck in our ways and not be able to grow and change and be a better version of ourselves. So I think along the process of me and my life, I think that I genuinely like other people and to learn from them. And I think if we're always ready to grow and continue on the path of learning and educating ourselves, I think that's amazing. And I think, once again, I know I keep saying this, but living our authentic, genuine self is so huge for us to live our best life.
Absolutely. I'm going to take a minute, and we have some awesome people that came by, and Carrie wanted to say, love you, Deb.
I love you too, Carrie.
And Sean says, hey.
Oh, bestie.
And Ray, my friend, says hi. Hey, and my friend Tammy says hi. She's from Grow Live Academy, so you'll get to know her. And then love you lots.
I love her too.
And then Heather says, love.
Hey, with a name like Popovich, man, you got to be unique. And
she says they love Mindy.
Oh,
and then wow, that brought tears to my eyes. You are loved, my friend. She is loved. She is loved. So let me go back to these questions now.
Okay.
Okay. So what makes you laugh?
I love to laugh. I love to laugh. And sometimes it might be at my own expense, because, you know, life's too short. I always say life's too short to be boring. And, you know, sometimes we take life too seriously. Sometimes we just need to calm down a little bit and just enjoy. So what does make me laugh? I'm kind of slapstick humor a little bit. I'm kind of corny. So that corny, funny, like stuff makes me like die laughing. And you know, when I'm with my girls group, especially, I don't know, there's a lot of different dynamics that go on with that. And I just,
maybe I can help you.
okay.
Maybe I
I
can
don't know
help
what
you
to
with,
expect from you,
maybe I can, maybe I can help you with this.
So have you ever gotten yourself in a pickle? What kind of pickle would you say you got yourself into? That you learned the most valuable lesson ever.
That is, you know, getting yourself in a pickle. I love it, Lynn. That's funny. Like, I think that's hysterical. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Have I ever been in a pickle? Of course. Who hasn't?
So share.
No, you know what? I think my biggest problem is sometimes I say things out loud that maybe I should keep on the inside. Like it's word vomit. Like all of a sudden I got to give Heather Bryant props for that quote, word vomit. That's so funny. But I have that a lot. Like I'll just be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, how do I back myself out of that one? So that's probably the biggest way I put myself in that.
No, but you got to give an example.
I don't. Well, one time, this is so embarrassing. And I can't even believe I'm going to say this out loud. I was at not a baby shower. I was at a bridal shower. And this has been years ago. And I was there for one of my best friends who was a guy that I grew up with. And he was engaged to get married to this girl whom I didn't know, but I went to the bridal shower on his behalf. I get there and everyone's like going around the table talking about how they knew this person. And I didn't remember her name, but I thought I remembered her name. So I'm like, hello, I'm Debbie, and I'm really good friends with so-and-so, but I don't really know Lisa that well. And her name was Julie. So I'm sitting there announcing this, and I just am really bad with names, and I should not ever. And like one of my friends that was sitting beside me was like elbowing me, like, you're on the wrong path. This is not the right name. And then everyone kind of was snickering a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, and the funny thing is, my friend who was sitting next to me, her name's Julie. And I still said, it's so nice to be with Lisa. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I love it. That was a good answer. We got a few people saying stuff here. So love and proud of you.
Love you, girl.
Nobody can make a mistake.
Yeah, no one can make themselves laugh like Debbie. I know sometimes I laugh at my own jokes. I think I'm kind of funny.
I do the same thing. I do this.
My oldest friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
My lifelong, my first best friend was Trisha.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I like this. Can you recall a time in your life when you said, I would never do, that you ended up doing because you said you would never do?
That's funny. And let's just talk about this for a second. No one should say, I would never do that. I would never do that. Because until you're in the situation, you don't know what you would do if you've never been put in that scenario. I will say that before I had children, I always said, there is no way my kid would be in my bed with me. There is no way. And where do you think they ended up?
Till they were 1 or 2, right?
Right. I'm like, oh, okay. I take that back. Another thing is I would never allow my kids to scream through a store. Well, my first child was a boy and he was so well behaved everywhere we went. And then I had my daughter and she was a hellion. And so she screamed all the time through the store. I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of not in my control. So I should have never said that either. Those are some things. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. So my next question to you is, what makes a person beautiful to you?
Oh, this is good. And I'm so happy to answer this because I've said this, and I may have even said this in my book. Can I not remember? I'm so jacked up and excited. I can't even think straight. But have you ever met someone that you wouldn't really take a second glance at, maybe on the street? Because we all kind of do. We're human, right? We're visual, and we kind of have our ideal of what beauty is. Okay. So maybe you meet someone and, you don't necessarily you don't think they're striking, but then you get to know that person and you're like, they're gorgeous. That has happened to me so many times. So to me, what is true beauty is what they harvest inside their body and their soul and what they bring out to other people. And it's like this bright shining light that some people have, Lynn, like you do. You are such a kind-hearted, loving person, and you can feel that. You know, once we talk and I get to know you and I'm like, wow. So to me, true beauty is what comes from within and that you can see it that way. So to me, a beautiful person is someone who is kind and loving and enjoys life and likes to see other people enjoy theirs.
You know what? That's how I feel about you, girlfriend.
Oh,
And, you know, I really do. I feel that. And there's people here that are just, you know, you help other people with fabulous.
Find our fabulous.
Yep. And Debbie
Deb tries
says
anything.
anything. Yep. And, you know, I'm glad that somebody says here you find people's fabulous because right here, I have somebody that.
Hello, beautiful people. I was asked to make a short video about Debbie, and I have to tell you, this made my day because I love Debra so very much. I met Debbie in Grow Life Academy at the moment of my life where I needed a little help recognizing that after a tremendous amount of effort that I put into something that didn't come to success, I just needed help recognizing everything that I have going for me, and Debbie did that for me. Her words of encouragement, her lifting, her way of being, her kind soul, and her amazing, amazing, amazing heart just poured through the screen when I was in that call. And so that's when I said Debbie is one of the most amazing and fabulous people out there in the world. She's so kind. She's so beautiful, such a beautiful heart, and I love her so much. Her book, Find Your Fabulous, it is so much fun to read. It is amazing. It's so easy, such an easy read. I read it in one evening. It's fun. It is empowering. And at the end of reading the book, you will feel so powerful and empowered that you can like move the mountains if you need to, because you just found out how fabulous you are, just like Debbie. I love you both. Have a great day.
Debbie, you're going to be through so many interviews, but this interview is supposed to be one that, you know, I think this world, unfortunately, I think we have it wrong where funerals, it's sad that people pass and they don't ever see how people are so grateful that they were in their lives and people don't get celebrated. So to me, it's very important that you know that I get to celebrate you while you're here, not when you're gone. So that's what my shows are about. And I hope that you know that I wanted to make sure that you know how much you are loved and appreciated. So this is what this show is about, is about you, my friend.
Wow, I had no idea I was going to need tissues. I'm like, wow. Thank you. And we've known each other for such a short time, and for you to acknowledge me like that means a lot to me. And I'll see y'all tonight on our Grow Life Academy.
Yeah, so I love you. I love you so much. And I'm not the only one. So, you know, it's not like we're blowing air up your skirt here or something. We're just telling the truth. But yet it's very important to be acknowledged and to be known of that, because you are a giving person. And you came here to give my audience and your audience, you know, a lot about you, but, you know, because you give a lot of value. And you give so much value that, as a matter of fact, I'm not the only one that says that you give a lot of value. I got another one here for you.
Hey, y'all, it's Brian from subtleskills.com. So today we're here to talk about Debbie. And one of the things that really impressed me about Debbie is every single time I'm on with her on a webinar or anything else, she's paying attention to people. She listens, she takes notes, she repeats back what other people talk about. She is somebody who is a truly caring person. And I had the honor of sharing some time with her on War Games, Joe Ingram's group, last week, and she was absolutely amazing. And I really love that she customized her entire presentation to be War Games related. So make sure to listen to this podcast with Lynn and her. It'll be absolutely amazing. Have a great day.
So yeah.
Gosh. I
So
was so grateful for him to be on the War Games with Joe and I. That was really fun, and I enjoyed his presence. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, anyways, back to some of these questions. So, what's the first thing you notice about a person?
Confidence. It's and eyes. I immediately am drawn to people's eyes. I like when someone looks right at me when they speak to me. Um, Confidence, and let me give you a quick example of this. It's in my brain right now because it just recently I met this woman again. I had done a fashion show downtown locally, and I'd worked with women of all ages. And this was for Edward Jones had done this. They hired me to do this fashion show for their clients. And this woman, her name's Kathy, and she was an older Black woman. And she was fine with whatever I picked out for her to wear, and whatever she put on, she owned it. And she had this inner confidence, and she's a beautiful woman, but she also had this inner confidence. And when she would glide down the runway, I just couldn't stop watching her. Like, she was just had this light about her and confidence. That's attractive to me. And I notice it. I notice it right off the bat when someone walks in, and like Brian was saying a minute ago, I talk a lot. I'm a very chatty Kathy, but I listen and I pay attention very closely to people. When I finally be quiet. And so when I meet people for the first time, I can almost tell by the way they hold themselves if they're confident and if they love themselves or not, and in a good way, not in a conceited way. And I love eyes. I love connecting with people in their eyes. So that's the first thing I notice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what are what are your successful habits?
Okay. So I believe that from the time we wake up in the morning, we need to have a routine. This works for me. I know some people like to fly by the seat of their pants, and sometimes that works fine with certain personalities. For me, I need to have a little bit more structure. I like to wake up early. I like to give gratitude. I don't like to rush into anything. I like to have some time to think about it. Like I said, give just some outward comments of what I'm grateful for. I like to have my morning coffee. I like to make notes to myself about what I'm going to accomplish that day. I like to make sure that with success for me, it is saying what I'm going to do, but then doing what I say I'm going to do. So I make sure that I don't load up my list to be unrealistic. I make a list so that it's more manageable. And, sometimes things get thrown into your day that you're not expecting. And when you have already too much on your list, it's kind of deflating when you can't check mark all those off. And I'm kind of old school. I love to write things down while I have them in my phone as well. I like a list. I like the list. I like to write it and I like to check mark it off. So I think success for me is just having those habits that feed your soul and that help you start your day off on the right foot. I think that's probably number one.
Awesome. Well, it's funny. I was going to ask you this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and I see in the comments here somebody asked this. So it says, "What's the best trip or travel wise you've been on?" But then Julie asked here, ask her about the fun, new, exciting things she plans with the girls' trip. One on a life,
Well,
and life lived. So I don't know if you want to combine these two questions. I don't know. I'm leaving that up to you.
I know where Julie's going with this because I've got a lot of flack for some things because I have a tendency to plan things that seem like really fun to me, and they all kind of like go along with it, but they're not real thrilled. Like one day I said, and this isn't a trip, but it was kind of a trip locally where I said, okay, everyone needs to sign up. We're going to go give blood. We're going to American Red Cross and we're going to go give blood. And then we're going to go have lunch. And they're like, oh, for real? We're going, okay. So we gave blood. It was like sometimes like I hadn't given blood for a long time and some of them hadn't either. So we did that. And then, it's like, what? And then I decided I've never gone snow skiing before. And I want that. I want to check mark that off my list. So I decide we're going to go snow skiing. So it's just, I won't even get into it, but like we get ourselves into pickles. sometimes. Like, I think I'm still 19 and I can just jump up and do whatever. But anyway,
Girl,
listen,
that's awesome.
but I will tell you, my favorite vacation as thus far was when we went to Hawaii, and we had a few of the girls that are watching on here went with their husbands as well. And I surfed for the first time. And then they decided they would too. So then we're like, okay, so now we're surfing. Yes, now we're surfing. So fun time.
Okay, so maybe this goes into what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Yeah, most spontaneous. Well, I jumped off a cliff while I was in Hawaii, in Maui, and I am terrified of heights.
Well, then there you go.
So that was like, no, I was watching other people do it, and it did terrify me, but it was into the water. I mean, so like, actually climbing up the cliff was a little terrifying too, because I am afraid of heights. So that was kind of spontaneous. That was not planned. Now, before I went to Hawaii, I knew I'm going to go surfing. I'm going to do it. But jumping off the cliff into the beautiful waters below was not. That was very spontaneous.
That's exciting, though. That's exciting.
Jumping off cliffs, what? Surfing? Come on.
So
my second chapter is going to be stellar.
So what are your big, hairy, audacious goals?
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I've decided I'm going to start a podcast of my own called Find Your Fabulous with Debbie. And I want to interview people of all walks of life and, how did they find their fabulous and what can they offer us to grow and to learn and to be better and to love ourselves a little deeper and accept ourselves for who we are. So I got that going, and I'm going to write another book. I am outlining it, and hopefully with Ken Walls's help, he has some psychologists and philosophers that I can interview, because the second book is going to be more meat and potatoes. It's going to be a little bit more lengthy. I still want to write it in a very easy, writing style, not my own handwritten notes, but, I want to write it in a way where people can figure out how to find their fabulous on a cellular level.
Well, that's awesome, because I wrote my own book, and I did it like in, I had it published in 3 weeks and blah, blah, blah. And
wow.
I loved your book in the sense that you did the same thing I did, in the sense that you can write a book however you want. And the fact that you had different typesettings, different penmanship, I mean, like different everything, you made it so unique. I love that. I love that. There was like, we're so much alike.
It's my personality. Like, I change it up. Let's have fun with it,
That's what I loved about it. That's what I loved about it so much. That's what I loved it. Oh, anyways, we got some comments here. Okay, wait, exciting. Okay, wait. And then we've got snow skiing is the most fun
Darlene,
in my life. Yep.
It was the most fun she'd had in her life.
So glad you dragged us along on the adventure.
Drag you along every day, as long as you keep loving my ideas.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, Ken Walls is a blessing. He is.
The biggest factor that has helped you to be successful. What helped you?
Factor that has helped me be successful is you know what? Let's just say it like it is. If I don't have good people around me that can help me be better and to give me opportunities,
right?
I mean, look at you today. You're giving me this opportunity and you've like made me cry a couple of times, like, because my heart feels like it's as big as my whole body. I can't hardly think straight because I'm so emotional right now. Ken Walls, Mindy Dreyer started the ball rolling with, introducing me to Ken. And then I was on his show. Then I got to meet you. I got to meet Joe Ingram. I got all these different things.
Oh, wait. You said Joe Ingram?
Okay. Debbie Bettendorf. What can I say about her? The first thing I'm going to say is her last name's hard to spell, but I got really good at saying it. She is one of those people that just cares about the other person so much more than she cares about herself. And she is one of those people that will give to the world, and she's not afraid to share any bit of information that she has. Quality people. That's how we describe Debbie.
Joe. My name is Joe. Joe Cool. Thank you, Joe. God, man, you're a showstopper, man. Oh my God.
I love what I do. I love
love what you do too. I felt like $1 million. $3 million.
You should. You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, so true though, right?
Yep.
Like, who are we? And that we're meant, like, listen, in this world, we're human. We aren't meant to go at it alone. We are not.
Mhm.
We are meant to let people in and work together. We are meant to work together. Teamwork makes the dream work, man. And I trying to do anything on my own and being like, no, I'm by myself. What good is that? And it's no fun either, by the way.
Yeah, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. So
I can't
I,
believe that.
yeah, I am. I really push out my comfort zone, but I always think, no, I just rather be by myself and not share. But I mean, I love people and I love giving the energy, but then I just, get back and,
Yeah.
I need my space. So
Well,
yeah,
I
but
can understand that. That's fine.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but it's definitely, you gotta, I just love
Push it.
to,
You gotta push
yeah,
yourself
yep,
sometimes.
yep. And it's just because I love people, but I don't like the bullshit, you know,
Well, I don't
you
love the
know.
bullshit
And
either.
so but I've learned, hey, find the people that don't like the bullshit either, and everything's good.
There you go. There you go. Amen to
So,
that.
yeah. So, what mistakes have you made along the way?
Oh gosh, there's been a lot. Well, let's start with the fact that I always played it safe. My whole life, I always felt like, well, what if I do that and that doesn't work? And what if I do that and it doesn't? What if I try this and I fail? Playing it safe I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to write the book and the manner in which I wrote the book because I was afraid of how it would be and who would accept it and whatever. And then I got to the place where I was like, you know what? If I write this book and I only do it for me, I want to.
Mhm.
And I'm going to appreciate this in a whole new way and put myself out there. And if that book means something or resonates with even one person, then I am ecstatic and happy as a clam. I'm fine. That's okay. So then I wrote the book and it was so empowering. And, it's a matter of stepping out of your comfort zone, like you said, Lynn, where you're like, listen, I'm going to do a show and I'm an introvert, but I'm going to get myself out there. I'm going to put my energy out there. Then I'll retreat again. And so what? It's okay, right?
Yeah.
That's you being your authentic self. Me being my authentic self over the years, playing it safe, done. That's why I'm going to say, I'm going to continue on this path to live big, do what I want to do, appreciate me for who I am, the gifts I have to offer, while I'm also appreciating other people's uniqueness and their authentic selves. So
Yep.
this is what the biggest mistake is, playing it safe.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
wants
Johnny Carson was an introvert too.
that? Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
did read about that.
Yep. Yep. So, I mean, I relate to him a lot.
There's
I love
actually
Johnny Carson.
a lot of Hollywood actors
Yep.
who
Yep.
claim to be
Yep.
introverts.
Yep.
Mhm.
Absolutely. So, what habit do you have now that you wish it's started out earlier?
Wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely would have. I'm a sun lover. I love that vibe. I love to warm up my bones and that natural vitamin D so much, but I would have definitely protected myself with wide brim hats and sunscreen. I also would have
Oh.
started a better, more consistent workout regimen. I think that I've always been like extremely active and I've always worked out from time to time, but I haven't been super consistent. So I think those two things, drink more water, and you know what? Give gratitude every day. Start my day with gratitude. I wish I would have started that years ago. I kind of always did, but making it a conscious effort to outwardly say the things that I'm grateful for.
Yep. I'm gonna go back to some of the comments here. And yeah, we
Sure.
have Ken. Yep. Ken Walls is without him, he's a great connector. He's
Oh,
awesome. He's a mayor.
amazing.
Love my Ken. Yep. And
Awesome.
then let's see. How
How
awesome. Yep. He's on point. Thank you,
Lynn rocks
Bob.
every day. We're
So
rocking it.
happy tuned in. Such a great show. I
Yeah.
appreciate you ladies for sharing your value. We appreciate you for being here. Love listening to your beautiful souls. Well,
Oh, my girl.
we're excited because Debbie and I, we are like two peas in a pod. We have so much passion and love to help other people, and we have some things exciting that we're not going to even share. But I think that you guys are going to see us next week somehow. That I
Yeah.
think we can drop that little bit Oh, my friend Tracy, nice to see you here. I think we can start teasing people and let that out of the bag. I think you guys that are ready can see some similarities between us, but hard times in your life left you better person after it was finished. You want
Yeah.
to share anything?
So, well, I don't, we all have hard times and things that come in and out of our lives from time to time that we process, figure it out. And I do believe that things, happen to us. We get to grow from the things that happen in our lives. But this isn't a big deal for most people, but it was a big deal for me. As my children grew up, um, I had like super focused on being a mother, a wife, working in the community, always there for my children, didn't miss a thing. And all of a sudden, these little tiny people became adults. And I was like, oh my gosh. And my identity, 110%, was Victoria, Dalton, and David. And, it's like, wait, Debbie Bettendorf, Debbie. Okay. Who are you? So it was, as they went away, which I wanted, and I always say this, like, I wasn't sad that they were spreading their wings and flying away, because if they said, all I want to do is live in your basement, I really would be in a full depression. Like, I didn't do my job, right? Like, whatever. But I needed to figure out what my next chapter was. Okay. And it was a difficult time for me. And as I started to find your fabulous, I was finding it. And the more I searched and I mean, I'm talking, this has been like a 5-year thing. Like, I've been like on and on, like, but it's being real with myself and saying, I have a lot more years to go, and I want to give of myself and the things I have to offer to the world. That brings me joy. Okay. What is it that I'm going to do? And I'm still figuring it out, but I've delved into it, and I'm so much happier and find so much joy now. Right. So that is me being a better person, because I'm analyzing myself and digging deep and, going into the shadows a little bit. Like, I don't really love this about myself, and how can I grow here and be better? And I think being better is setting boundaries, is loving me for who I am with all my flaws, but work on those flaws, but love me. Okay. And then I can fully appreciate and love others even more.
And Debbie, wouldn't you say that that's a perfect way? That's where you and I meet the road, and that's where our show and what we're going to do next week. We are both at that. We're at that pivotal place in both of our lives that we are figuring out where the hell we're going. And, it's okay to be 50, fabulous, and figuring things out.
There you go.
And, 50, figuring it out.
And figuring it out.
Yeah.
And better now than never, right?
Yeah. And there's just a lot that we can give and forgive and going forward. And we're going to talk a lot about going forward.
Yeah. And there's a lot I would love to share, tip-wise.
And I think that's just a great teaser for us going forward. Wouldn't you say that that's a great that was a great excerpt? I know. Stay tuned. I'm going to make a clip out of that, because that's just great. It's just so stinking great.
Yeah.
And who knows where that'll come from there. We're not going to go to that one now. Which of your personality traits has been the most useful?
Well, I'll say that I've never met a stranger, and I love to learn about people. I truly love to hear their stories and learn about them. Even if I know I'll probably never meet them again, I'm interested. I think we can learn from other people. I will say my daughter has always said, Mom, you scare people. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean I scare people? And she's like, you walk up to people that do not know you. You don't know them. And you're like, hey, blah, blah. And they're like, whoa, lady, whoa. But you know what? While that might be a little much and a little extra for some people, I think that is how I've met cool people. I've learned from people. And so that's a little bit of a double-edged sword. But I think that's part of my personality, that I can't control it. Like,
I love it.
Help it. I got to know that. I got to meet.
I love it.
I got to ask. No question.
So I'm going to go to messages again. Great show. Excited to see Debbie celebrated. I'm
Hey,
glad you are.
my
Uh
sissy.
you're welcome.
That
Deb
was
is the
such
most
a mom.
authentic. Yep.
Her
Yep.
top of it. I love
And that's why I love her so much. And then we've got here hearts.
Oh.
Joaquin, awesome sharing. Looking forward to seeing it grow live tonight. That's right. We'll be
Hey,
there.
see you
We'll be
tonight.
there. Yes, we'll be there tonight. Feel empty nester syndrome. Yep. Yep.
Darlene,
And then we
yes.
got here. This is absolutely true. Debbie has never met a stranger.
She's the one. I grew up with her. She knows me very well.
Debbie, I just got to say, I love you so much. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you so much and your friendship. You're just an amazing, fabulous person.
So
I love you too, Lynn.
So yeah, no, you've been awesome. This is going great. Let's see. I'm skipping around here a little bit.
Okay.
But what's your favorite quote? Do you have one?
Gosh. Oh my gosh, yes. Maya Angelou. Okay. So if everyone
Oh,
knows my book,
yes.
right? So
Yes.
you know, I have a lot of favorite quotes, like Zig
Yes.
Ziglar. I mean, there's some super powerful quotes. To like say that I have one in particular,
Yeah.
probably not, but my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Maya Angelou. Love that.
Oh, I love
Because
that.
we do. We want humor. We want to be in style and feel good about ourselves and love ourselves, but we want to have compassion for others at the same time. Love that quote. Maya Angelou, God rest your soul.
Yep. If you could start all over again, what would you do differently?
You know what? That I have thought about this before. I have thought about this in a lot of scenarios in my life. People who have come in and out of my life and everything. I wouldn't do anything differently because I am who I am today because of the journey that I've traveled. So I wouldn't, and you know, that's a huge statement to say you wouldn't, because you know that makes it seem as though I feel like I've made no mistakes or whatever. My mistakes and the things that I have not done and the things I have done that I should not have done have made me stronger, and has made me more valuable to me because I've learned, and I just think that it's fine. I wouldn't change anything.
There you go.
Because I've often thought, gosh, Debbie, you know, you shouldn't have gotten married so young and had children so young. You know, there were a lot of things that were put in your path that you could have taken and you didn't. You let a lot of really cool opportunities go because you wanted to be a mother but you know what? I wouldn't have these amazing children that I have. I wouldn't be in this. No, I can't. I could never say.
There you go. So this is a question I got for you then. If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
Good. Okay. So you know what I would say to you? It's so easy for me to say, believe in yourself. And it's like, how do you do that? Love yourself. Well, how do you do that? Believe in yourself and love who you are, and never allow someone else's comments or behavior affect you and keep you from doing what you want to do. Because you know what? Other people that say negative things to you, that's issues on their side, not you. Has nothing to do with you. Things and the way maybe people perceive you and their thoughts on you, or what you want to do, and they say, well, you shouldn't do that. What makes you think you can do that? Well, you know what makes them think that you can't? So I say to you, be confident in who you are. You are put on this earth for a purpose. And if you have found what you find joy in, go for it. Now, on the other hand, if you're just trying to make something happen because your parents think you should be this, or your best friend thinks you should be that, no, go deep, find what you have passion for, find joy in, and go for it. Go for it. Don't let anybody stop you, including yourself, especially yourself.
I love it.
Oh gosh, I know. I'm just passionate. I feel like I'm talking to my children.
Yeah. Oh, I love that one again.
Talk to my
Amen,
kids.
sister.
You go, girl. That's right, Heather.
Amen, sister.
Yeah, Heather went out to LA and owned her world, man. She had to break free from Ohio, and she has so much to offer, an amazing person. And she went out there, and I felt like a mother to her, and she's my age. I was like, yes, proud of you. Because you know
Aw.
why? We need people like that in our lives who really genuinely love us and push us out of the nest. Go, girl,
Mhm.
go. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm so
I
proud of
love it. We've had some really great comments and a great people here supporting, and I just love that.
you. I do too.
Yeah, and here, if I had a g if a genie granted you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for?
Well, I want live, laugh, love, girlfriend. I wanna live, I wanna
Yay!
love, I wanna laugh, hey, seriously, I wanna love myself, I wanna continue to grow. I don't have to listen, after this show and seeing my friends pop on and the things that people are saying, I have it. I'm so appreciative and grateful.
Aw.
Yeah,
Aw.
3 wishes
Aw.
I've heard.
I love it. Okay, so do you have any jokes that
Mm.
you know by heart?
Joke you know by heart. Oh my gosh, if my mom was on here, she could rattle off a whole bunch. I'm not good at that. No, I don't.
Okay.
You
Well,
have one?
just thought I'd ask.
Okay.
What is the best piece of advice you've received?
Gosh. Um, to be to have a good friend is to be a good
Be a
friend.
good friend, yep.
That's one of them.
I love it.
And because that goes for everything in life. So it's not just you know, to have a good friend is to be a good friend, but to have anything powerful in your life, it's with you being genuine and loving it and trying and being also, you know, good in that. You know, you can't expect to get a raise at work, right? If you're not doing the job. I mean, just it kind of translates and parallels pretty much anything in our lives. So I like that. That my mom always said that.
I love that. I love that. Let me see. What else am I gonna ask you here before we get going?
This is like
Um,
quizzy.
let's see. Okay. What do you love in your life other than your family?
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I love nature. I love to like kind of get grounded. I love to take a brisk walk.
Oh,
That kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I
Um,
love hugging a tree and I love being barefoot,
a true
walking in the
tree
grass.
hugger,
Tree.
Lynn.
Yeah, I love
A true
the
tree.
whole well, it takes, and it really grounds you and it takes
Mhm.
us all the negative
Yeah.
energy away and stuff.
Well,
But
I mean, other than
yeah,
okay, so here's the thing. What do you love in your life other than your family? To me,
yeah,
my friends are my family.
yeah,
So I would say my friendships have helped me be who I am today because I've learned so much from them, right? Like I said, I
right.
like to learn from people and grow. So they're not my biological family, but to me, they're
So
my
like
so
hobbies or well, I know you love fashion.
yeah, I love fashion and I love to shop, do a little retail therapy every once in a while. You know that. I love to shop. I love to look at
'Cause
fashion.
I don't like to shop, so
Yeah,
you can do all the
I can
shopping.
help
There you
you
go.
there. You know, I
This is
do.
your calling.
I do. I like
Yes, this
yeah.
is her
Oh,
calling.
Harry.
Yeah,
You know, I enjoy working out, even though, like, let me say something. I want to
yeah,
just say something to the listeners. Okay. So when it used to be, I'd say, oh, I have to go work out. Okay. I've changed the way I feel about things and the way and a mindset. So now I say, I get to go work out.
yeah.
I get to go to work. And it really gets me because when you see someone in a wheelchair and they're going along about their day and they're smiling and they're laughing, I mean, you think, God, how much would they be able to jump up on their feet and go to the gym? How much would they love to jump up on their feet and go wash their car, make their done, and so I think that if we think of our days and our
Mhm,
lives with gratitude against once again, and to say, I get to do these things. I get
yep.
to pay my bills. I don't particularly like paying them, but I get to. I get to do that. So yeah, I just think that that's super important to change your
Yeah,
mindset on that.
it's a perspective. It's a
It is.
perspective.
So
I
I like
mean
to work out. I like to go do things. I like taking
mhm.
a brisk walk. I love to I'm gonna have a lunch tomorrow with some besties, Carrie and Sarah, to celebrate a birthday for them. And I love that because it fills my cup up and I get that yummy, lovey feeling from my friends that takes me on through several days of feeling joy. You know, when you're with someone and you leave and you feel really good, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
If you're with people and you leave and you feel icky, that's also something you should pay attention to. You
absolutely. You gotta
you
follow
know
your gut.
yeah.
Follow your gut. Yeah, no, and I, former bodybuilder and athlete and stuff. I mean, I've got to work out, but I got to work out a little bit less as hard as I used to. But
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I can do at least something is better than nothing. So that's what I've got to, I've got
You
to
gotta know your body.
I got to be thankful for that. So yeah, I totally agree. This has been super, super fun. I hope, if anything, I got one more little message here for you. Debbie, I just want to thank you for being on my show today. I hope it was everything and then some than what you expected. I was absolutely honored to get to spend this time with you. I'm super excited for where and whatever we do together going forward. You are just an amazing spirit and soul. I'm so glad we connected. I'm so glad that you're in my life. You're just an amazing person. And before you know it, the whole world will get to know who you are. And I just love you already. And thank you for being you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for this time. And thank you for being on the show. I love you. God bless. Ta-da!
Right back, Lynn Serrano. You're something else. I'm telling you. Wow. I am mind blown. Thank you. I'm honored to have the opportunity. You know that. I've told you.
I know you are awesome. And I got one other little corny thing that I do here, but it's like, it's just so fitting because I just feel like it's just, this is a special thing for special people on my show. We're at the end of the show now and we must go, but it was really fun to spend time with you on my show. So thank you for being here. Until we are together again, just know that I love spending time with you. Much love, peace. Make sure you live, love, and laugh. Until then, bye-bye.
God, almost forgot.
What?
Here's your surprise.
Oh,
wear this all day.
Yes, I see it.
I almost forgot. I've been so flabbergasted by all the things that you've done for me on the show. I almost forgot. But look, I'm saying, live, love, laugh out loud with Lynn Serrano.
I gotta take a picture of that before you go. You guys, thank you so much for supporting such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. Wait, get your head in there.
Can you see it? Wait, I can't.
There we go.
Figure out this camera.
We got it. We got it. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been great.
Own the day, people. Love your life.
Yes. Live, love, and laugh your way every day, you guys. I want to just I'm going to do the little outro of us here. You stay right there, Debbie. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you. And stay tuned because you have not seen the end of us yet. We got some stuff in store for you guys. So have a good one. Bye.